Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Second chapter, 30th shloka. Dehi nityam avadhoyam, dehi sarvasya bharata, tasma sarvani bhutani, na tum shocham bharanasi. O descendant of Bharata, who dwells in the body, the eternal can never be slain, therefore he need not grieve for any creature. So very important shloka of Bhagavad Gita, in the sense that it is concluding now the series of argument Krishna has put till now in the second chapter. Arjuna refused to fight, and the main reason he gave was, how can I kill my grandfather and teacher? Okay? So Krishna said, whom are you killing? We are not body, we are spirit, soul. We have not killed anybody. So Prabhupada says that this very concept, that we are not body, or spirit, soul, you can never get it by any kind of experimentation. It has to be accepted on the authority of Shri Krishna. There is no other way. In fact, if you type the word authority in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada brings it hundreds of times. Supreme authority. There is no authority greater than Krishna. The best authority is speaking. The greatest authority is speaking. The authority which gave lessons even to Brahma, he is speaking. Hear from him. Actually, this term authority, let us understand first, then we will expand this meaning. The first thing, you can't, authority means who knows the subject. Yeah? Just like you have some fever or something, you go to a doctor, he speaks, we hear every word. Why? Authority is speaking. You have a legal problem, you go to a lawyer, and he says, you don't do like that, you do like that. Why? You hear very carefully. Authority is speaking. Sometimes we feel if we can have a recorder, because we forget sometimes when authority is speaking. In the class also teacher is speaking. If they don't know the subject, students don't want to listen. But if the students know, he knows the subject, they want to listen. Because why? An authority is speaking now. Yeah? They record the lectures of authorities. So here in Bhagavad Gita, who is speaking? The greatest authority is speaking. In our life, authority means, first authority Prabhupada says is mother. Because when she says, he is your father, she asks us, why do you have to listen? She is an authority on the topic. Who is your father? Correct? She is an authority. So the authority is actually in Kali Yuga neglected, rejected. And Prabhupada says, the whole world is suffering because they do not follow the authority of Krishna. In fact, Prabhupada says in one purport, if you don't accept Krishna's authority, you immediately fall down. Imagine how important it is. And today we don't accept the authority of Krishna, but we develop our own ideas. But what is the problem? If they knew only Kannada and started English, somebody can give them some Krishna. So get this point very clear, that authority is extremely important subject in spiritual life. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Maya sakta mana partha yogam yunjam madashayaha asamshayam samagram ma yata gyasasi tat shunu. To hear from me. Krishna is saying, Maya sakta mana partha, become attached to me. Yogam yunjam adashaya. In that spirit you offer devotion service to me. Asamsayam samagram mam. Asamsayam. Asamsayam means without any doubt. Samagram, you can understand me completely. Asamsayam samagram mam. Yatha gyasasi tas shunu. You will understand me in completeness. Without a doubt. For that, hear me. Now whenever you go somewhere, you say, please hear me means, you should be confident you are on authority, otherwise don't speak. Somebody is very sick, you say, please hear me. You should be an authority, otherwise don't speak this, please hear me. Correct? Somebody you say, please hear me. That means you are an authority. When Krishna knows, he is the Supreme Lord, he is the greatest authority, so therefore, please hear me. Krishna is saying in Gita, please hear me. I don't want to hear. He's speaking openly. Tat shunu. And Prabhupada said how much fortunate we are when the greatest authority is speaking. Not that anybody fool is speaking. Sometimes we happen, you go to the holy places, not if pandas are there. And they say, please hear me. But they are not, we don't want to hear you. You are not an authority. You are speaking just for money. You hear for 10 minutes, then you are getting 200 rupees. Somebody went, he is not there. He went to Vrindavan and he had a guide. They took him from some temple and he made him sit down. And he said after some time that he does some, what is the papkana, your this thing. He said over. He said, what is over? 3,000 rupees over. We have donated to some widows welfare for a year. Never can give. And he didn't want to disappoint in a holy place. So that kind of hearing is very dangerous. Krishna is the greatest authority. He is speaking for our welfare. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita is very important. Why Bhagavad Gita is important? Not because it is a philosophy, not because it is giving, this, because it is words of the greatest authority. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is extremely important for every individual. When you look at Bhagavad Gita, look at these terms first. The words of the highest authority. Prabhupada says who gave lessons even to Brahma. That authority is speaking, therefore we have to listen. I guess it is very important term. And if you miss this authority, there is no way you can get any knowledge in life. Because whatever you develop by your own tiny brain, therefore Prabhupada used to, many times when devotees used to argue to Prabhupada, in this friendly conversations, Prabhupada used to say, why should I accept your word? What kind of authority you are? Now they tell Prabhupada, but they say that soul is not there, or matter becomes conscious, or God did not create it all, have an accident. So they will say, Prabhupada, they say. So Prabhupada said that they say that if you are bringing their authority, you are bringing those authorities, I also have my authorities. If you don't give any credit to my authorities, why I should respect your authorities? Correct? Many people say, they say, referring to scientists or modern philosophers, they say there is no God. Prabhupada said, but they say. I can also say, they say. I also have so many authorities. Therefore, many times Prabhupada says, there may be fools and rascals who worship Krishna, but there are such great authorities like Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Lord Chaitanya, such great authorities. You may say we are fools, but what about these exalted authorities? So sometimes when we want to fix ourselves in service to Krishna, we should understand that that's where the spiritual life begins. Spiritual life begins at the moment we accept the authority of Krishna. Correct? We don't know Krishna. We are not seeing Krishna. So how do we accept Krishna's authority? On the basis of the exalted acharyas who point out to the supreme authority. Take shelter of Krishna. Therefore we take shelter of Krishna. So this principle of accepting authority is extremely important in the spiritual life. That is one part. Now second part is that presently at this situation, in this world, we are not able to contact Krishna. Correct? Because Prabhupada says again and again, so many times, in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna had an opportunity to consult Krishna, but he should consult the spiritual master. It is as good as consulting Krishna. Correct? Now when this term originally came, and it was a bit revolting with the present situation because we don't have a Prema Bhakta, we don't have a highest authority. Because Bhava Bhakta means he can make mistake, he can fall down also. Like Bharat Maharaj fell down. How can I accept his authority? I cannot take his word as final. Correct? Prema Bhakta means a topmost platform somebody is situated, he cannot fall down. So then what do I do in present situation? Correct? So when this word comes, we accept the words of spiritual master. It's a very nice analysis. There are two kinds of spiritual master. Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. It refers to God. Correct? So somebody that's like who know the position of Srila Prabhupada, straight will put it there. But then that means that nobody should preach. That is also nice. All about you shut up. Because when you're giving class, means you are trying to act as an authority. Correct? We are saying you should listen to this. That means you are trying to act as authority. Then only Prema Bhakta should speak. If somebody is following, therefore Prabhupada says, somebody is strictly following the spiritual master can also, he's not a spiritual man, he can act as a spiritual, the word is act. He can act as a spiritual master. So not only he can do work of a Diksha, which is a part of Archana, as I explained, he can also do part of a Siksha to the degree he is surrendered to Prabhupada. The mercy he is bringing is not direct. The power of attorney is given to Prabhupada. Deliver people. Now Prabhupada can give. To the degree you are surrendered, Prabhupada can use you as an instrument. He has become an instrument in the hand of. You got it? Diksha, okay, that's the Pancharatra. Pancharatra, as for now, what I have understood, anybody can act, provided he is having certain standards and he is authorized in some way in the institution. Pancharatra. But as far as Siksha is not concerned, Prabhupada books absolute. That's why I understand why Prabhupada separated BBT and ISKCON. Because Prabhupada said ISKCON means you readers, you people can close it any day. Correct? You can see all Shraddha Bhakta, maximum Nishtha Bhakta, hardly would have seen even a Ruchi Bhakta. Correct? Presently, a pure devotee can see actually what's condition, just like a doctor can always see the condition of the patient. He can see, assess the situation of his disciple. Because these people can mess up and even close my institution. Quite possible. But Prabhupada said, he actually many times devotee went to Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, why you are creating one more institution? He created BBT as an independent institution. Why Srila Prabhupada able to do that? Prabhupada, you people can close this ISKCON. At least the books will remain. Now you understand. The books will remain giving guidance for you to chant the Harinama purely and go back to God. Giving a source of, there are two things in our spiritual life. Morning I was explaining this point to you again. Two things. What are the two things in my spirit? One is Bhagavad Gita, one is Pancharatra Vedi. For both, Prabhupada remains the authority. But still, as per the Pancharatra rules, you have to receive mantras from a Guru, Pancharatric Guru. Okay, fine, granted. Now, as far as now remember the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada books become you can receive from Srila Prabhupada 100%. At the same time, if somebody is strictly following Prabhupada, just like practically speaking, we do benefit from somebody who is preaching, yes, he can. But he is not having the 100%. He cannot change the words of Prabhupada. He can only repeat the words of Prabhupada. And if somebody is following strictly Prabhupada, Prabhupada gives him mercy. He has no liberty to give mercy to somebody. Oh, I bless you. Let him not act. But when somebody is strictly following Prabhupada, so therefore Prabhupada says in the statement, somebody is strictly following an Acharya, he can act as an Acharya. He is not an Acharya in that sense. He is not become Prabhupada. He can act as the Prabhupada can use him to give Siksha. Just like Prabhupada, you see, all around the world, he sent his disciples, they were preaching. Sometimes some part of the world, that time books were also not ready in that language. Okay? They landed up, but they were acting on behalf of Prabhupada, and because they were fixed on Prabhupada's glorious position, they could give some mercy. Prabhupada could use them to distribute mercy. So Prabhupada can use anybody even now. Therefore the word departed should not be used for an Acharya. It's a great offense. Acharya is not Prakata now. Krishna, there are two Leela. Prakata Leela, and today Krishna Leela is called Aprakata Leela. We don't say Krishna has departed over. Now you do whatever you want, no? But then why are you worshipping him? Aprakata Leela. Okay, so you understand this point. So authority, the absolute authority, remains with the Acharya. Absolute. That is Srila Prabhupada. But somebody is sincerely following it, to that degree, he can repeat the message of Prabhupada. That is how it is. So in this way we can understand this is how the institution functions, and this is how we fix up our spiritual life. So sometimes, every purport we read without the blessing of the spiritual master, without the pleasure of the spiritual master, straight it goes to Prabhupada. Prabhupada is pleased, Krishna is pleased. Now you may say, I am pleased, is Krishna pleased? We are pleased so many times and you bring sense gratification. Is Krishna pleased? Krishna is crying at that time. Whenever we pick up Maya, when you have enchanted a Maya, at that time, Guru Krishna actually cried. So unfortunately, again that soul lost. Correct, Prabhupada says? He says Maya tests us. And Maya has a laughter. got him. And at that time, Guru Krishna cried. They feel so sad. So, our pleasure sometimes makes Krishna cry also. That is the standard of our pleasure. Correct? Yasya prasadar bhagavad prasada absolutely applies to God. But if somebody is sincere, definitely we are indicated if he is pleased, Prabhupada must be pleased. He is so pure. Correct? So to that degree, that's fine. But that's your relative faith, not absolute faith. Absolute faith goes to, it's not that now it doesn't matter, this fellow is pleased or not, so put a brick on his head. No, then Dasa, we are serving. Dasa actually comes in Guru Parampara, and last is Prabhupada. Dasa actually Prabhupada, absolutely. Other person, if he is serving Prabhupada, yes, I would like to help in the service to Prabhupada. Correct? Absolutely it doesn't come to anybody. Absolutely it comes to Prabhupada. Therefore, if somebody is engaged in serving Prabhupada, we are so happy to assist him in the service. We are so happy now. He is doing some nice service to Srila Prabhupada. So in this way we can understand this term authority, how we can apply. And into the mind doesn't revolt when you see, oh, without pleasing spiritual master we don't write master. There is a refreshing power. These two terms are there. If you look at Prabhupada books of the quotation, there are hundreds of places Prabhupada talks about a spiritual master being like an Narada Muni. Spiritual master means he is either associates with Radharani or associates with Nityananda. Then, so these all kind of terms straight go to Prabhupada. But sometimes Prabhupada says, if you are chanting 16 now and you are sincerely following my guideline, you act as a, he gives an example. Just like if you are repeating the words Prabhupada says of a pure devotee, or suppose a technician is there, he is expert, but under his guidance you are doing work, your work is fine. So in that way, then we can also work in this world. We go to some place, we say please arrange lectures, okay? We go to colleges, we go to public places, we try to arrange lectures, we give class. So we should not give class, or we should not lead kirtan also, then we should not do anything, we should just sit down. Until we are praying for them. No. But you remember one thing, that carrying the mercy and blessings and directions of carrying that whole process. Okay. Guru Krishna Prasade Paye, Bhakti Leta Dija. Here it is pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and the pleasure of Krishna, not our pleasure. Guru Krishna Prasada. Prasada means, their pleasure. And then you get Bhakti Lata Dija. This the joint venture between Prabhupada and Krishna to deliver the people of Kali. We can, that's a joint venture between Acharya and Krishna. Acharya, Krishna always doesn't act directly, he acts actually through his devotee. Okay? There's a joint venture between Srila Prabhupada and Krishna to now save the people in Kali. But then we can act as an instrument, that's like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Nimitar matrena bhavasavya. But somebody thinks, I am contacting Krishna and giving mercy through me to this world. Great offense he is doing because he is forgetting. I give you the example in the morning. Just like a dealer. Now you are a dealer for say Maruti car in Bangalore. Any cars sold in Bangalore, you get commission. 2% some commission you get. Okay? It happens through you only. So therefore, the mercy is distributed. As far as in the ISKCON institution, credit goes to Srila Prabhupada. It comes through him. Not that we are just acknowledging, just like I go to Manipal, there is one day they all collect, founder, the team FI, they collect something this week. No, he was a founder, okay, he was a founder. Not like that, he has a functional role. If he is pleased, then a disciple, with Prabhupada many times, ISKCON movement, all of my disciples. In that way, all are his disciples in the sense, he is the one. Prabhupada so many times says, I will take you back home, back to God. Who can say? Tell me one person who can say that. If you follow my guidance, I take you back home, back to God. So he has the power of attorney to say that. Just like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, hear me, I am an authority. When Prabhupada says, I take you back to God, he is not empty saying, he is an authority. He can recommend on your file, you can put a recommendation. Recommend him. Krishna says, oh, Srila Prabhupada. That's it. You say recommend him. Who is this fellow? He doesn't even know us. Correct? So Krishna accepts the recommendation of his pure devotees. Sometimes, I was just seeing, somebody had pointed out this point. Prabhupada was in India, he Prabhupada writes a letter. And he's writing a letter that a certain time when I have taken sannyas, and to the time the movement was launched, that around 10 years time, 10-15 years time. I think 55 years age, Prabhupada took sannyas or Vanapra sannyas, and 70 years. Prabhupada said those were really tough times. Because before that he was having business, he was rich, comfortable. And 55 to 70 was the time Prabhupada himself has struggled. There was no money even to print the magazines. But if you look at it, you should look in a proper way. For a pure devotee, there is no struggle. The so-called struggle of a pure devotee just shows his intense desire to serve Krishna. That's all. Intense desire. For us, struggle means because really we don't want to do devotional service and you have to do it. Correct? Just like in this heat, if somebody cooks, actually doesn't want to do it. It's so hot. I should do it. It's a struggle. Actually, it's a struggle. We always feel somebody else can do it. It's always like that. Any devotion, I'm not saying this, so not only for anybody, any devotion, particularly cooking and on top of it pot washing. Look, somebody is there. It is a struggle. It's a struggle. But when Acharya, Prabhupada, a small thing you notice, the time Prabhupada was the Britishers' time, and there was no newsprint available for printing newspaper. And Prabhupada writes a letter to the British government that how important in war time all resources are constrained. Prabhupada, we have to think of war, let the war finish. Prabhupada writes a letter to the British government. I urgently need paper. It is so important, this message. Why? What we are seeing, and he is going to the printer, he doesn't have money to print. And his printer is still printing out of affection. He used to ask Prabhupada, did we take breakfast? Prabhupada said no. He used to arrange something for Prabhupada. But the point is, he's struggling so much. No, he is not struggling. He is in pure bliss. What you are seeing so-called struggle for your vision, what you see, don't see the struggle in the great office. Acharya does not struggle, he is in Krishna Prema. What is visible to you as a struggle is an intense desire to serve Krishna. Still going on. Just like on the ship Prabhupada was there, he had heart attacks, correct? So what you are seeing as a struggle, still is desiring, is an intense desire to serve Krishna. That we should see. Prabhupada said, when I landed in America, I did not know to go left or right. But people think, like me, he is also struggling. Not like you. We also sometimes, many times in our life, we don't know what to do now, go left or right. We don't know. It happens in our life also. But don't think Prabhupada was in this condition. No. He was in full Krishna Prema and with Krishna, with his Acharya. Prabhupada said, I was never alone, never with God. What we see, take this lesson. What intense desire he had to serve Krishna. Not that his Gurudev order, he struggled whole life, nothing was happening. Then finally Krishna, no Baba, he is not on the platform. He is full. And therefore we see very interesting. He writing purports of the first canto of Bhagavatam. It is so difficult condition it was. He having a small room in Vrindavan, in Radha Damodar temple, still it is there. Very small room. And a trunk became his desk on which he used to write. Correct? And he used to write his note, work preparing. Writing the first canto of Bhagavatam, situation was terrible. He didn't even have money to print their books. That also he had to beg some people, But he may say, my God, he struggled so much. When people see, some people write also like that. He struggled for such a long. He wasn't there. How do you know that? Look at the purpose. Full of bliss of Krishna consciousness. Correct? Full of peace and bliss. Anybody, it is said when you see a painting, you see the heart of the painter. Similarly, when you read a message of anybody, just read a few pages, we can feel the person's heart. Full of bliss of Krishna consciousness. Full of complete ecstasies of Krishna consciousness. Why? He was not struggling. Externally it is struggle. Internally, what the more devotee talks about it. He says what happened once Prabhupada was in an aircraft. There was a time they were taking Prabhupada from India to England, London. And Prabhupada's health was in a terrible condition. So terrible, the disciples were not sitting. They had taken seats next to him. They were not sitting there. They were sitting another place. Near the door is there. They were sitting down there. There is a time the aircraft you can move around when you travel. They left the seat and Prabhupada lied on fully. So his physical condition was so bad that even saliva was coming out of his mouth and he was in a health condition. So they went to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, would you like to have something? Prabhupada smiled. You can get some 7-Up from lime and water. He had studied the contents of natural. And he was trying to get. So they say one thing we understood. He is not in this world. Physical condition was such that doctor advised him not to be taken. The body is reduced to a bag, only bones remain. He had lost terrible amount of weight with just bag of bones. In fact, they had taken him in a chair to the aircraft and they made him just sit down. He was lying down in that condition, that medically he is gone. In fact, in India also, at Prabhupada was there, one doctor came to meet Prabhupada. From Delhi they took him, an expert, big expert. He saw Prabhupada, this is his condition. He said, I don't know how this person is surviving or even talking or preaching. At this moment, the pain should be unimaginable. Why? Because he is not on the physical. He said, the devotee who saw him, he said, I was shocked first. How he smiled so peacefully. Then I understood he is not on the physical domain. So I stopped worrying about it. He said, I was sitting near and I was constantly worried. He must be so much sick health, what I should do. Actually, they were so attached to Prabhupada. But then he said, when I saw him smiling and saying, can get me some lime water. And I understood he is not in the mental domain. So like that we should understand such a personality who is completely free from material domain, material concepts, material situation is actually an absolute authority on behalf of Krishna. Okay? But we can on the behalf of Srila Prabhupada, we are preaching in this world. If somebody obeys Prabhupada, we tell him you will get mercy of Prabhupada. We cannot give. And Krishna will bestow mercy because he is following his purity. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.